Okay. So I'm just going to start by Michelle Stanton for Eastern Religions, and this is my final project. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us?
I am Reverend Wade Jones.
And Reverend of what religion?
I am an ordained Buddhist priest.
Okay.
In the Zen tradition.
Okay. I'm just going to ask some questions about that. So, you're a priest. How long did it take you to get to be a priest?
I went to seminary for a 3-year program, and so it was a while. And even just getting to the point where you can make a relationship with somebody to go to a seminary took a while. So it was probably 5 or so years from when I started off on that process to finally being ordained.
Okay, just to make sure we're recording here.
Yeah, sure.
Just to be sure. Yep, we're good? Okay. So, were you born into the religion, or is it something you discovered on your own?
No, I'm a convert. I was raised Methodist at Mary Taylor Memorial United Methodist in Milford, Connecticut, and I switched in college, basically. I fell away from Christianity when I was in my teens and converted to Buddhism at about age 20.
Okay. And how would you describe Buddhism if I knew nothing of anything and I said, tell me in, few words, what is Buddhism?
Buddhism is interested in right now. There is nothing more important than this moment sitting here with you right now. That's the important bit. If you can understand nothing else about Buddhism, that's what you need to understand. It's about the relationships that we have right here as human beings next to each other in this moment. Because nothing else is guaranteed. Nothing.
Going through my class and whatnot, that's probably the simplest, most eye-opening explanation of it. So that's really interesting. Yeah.
That's the core of it. I mean, I can get into all the dogmatic bits. I can tell you the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Noble Path and the things that we teach to people that make up Buddhism. But at the core of it, it really is about this moment.
You go to services weekly, or when are services?
We hold services, regular services on a Sunday morning, weekly, and we do them on Sunday morning simply because that's when people in the South have religious services, and it's easy that way.
Okay.
I have been not going recently because of all the changes in my life, where I bought a house and restarted a new career, but yes, I am part of a community that meets Sunday mornings. I think you have a question on there about how that service goes.
Right, yeah, the next one is, can you just describe a typical day, service?
A typical service, because I'm in Zen, this is maybe a little bit different from some others, so just keep that in mind. But a Zen service for us is basically an hour and a half of meditation, split into 3 25-minute blocks of sitting meditation, and those are broken by 5 minutes of walking meditation in between. At the end of that hour and a half, we have a short chanting service where we chant the Heart Sutra, which is it's only about 2 pages. So I can fit all of it on this one page. We chant through that. There's a lot of bowing. There's a couple of other little things we chant, but it's mostly the Heart Sutra. We give thanks to the space we're in, the people that are there, to the Buddha for giving us a good example. We dedicate any merit that might have been generated by doing anything good that day to all living beings. And then we occasionally have like a discussion, or somebody will give a talk, and then we always go out for lunch afterwards.
So when you say chanting, like when I go to church, there's a lot of singing. Is chanting in lieu of like singing
there's
in
almost
Catholic or Christian?
there's almost no singing in the Zen tradition in a service. It's almost all chant, and so people do. I'm trying to think if I can do the whole thing right there, but they either do the Namo Amida Butsu, which is exactly what it sounds like. You're just chanting Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida, and it's basically saying honor to Amida, the Buddha.
Okay.
And it's an intercessionary sort of request. That's one whole tradition does that.
Okay.
We tend to just chant the Heart Sutra as a way of reminding ourselves of the Heart Sutra.
Okay.
And the Heart Sutra is a short foundational text for Zen. It'd be equivalent to one of the Gospels for Christianity. It is a summation of ideas, so to speak.
Okay. And you chant that. Okay.
Yeah.
And there's just one of those? There's not different?
We chant that. We also chant a quick thing of giving thanks and homage to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, taking refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. If those words are foreign to you, Buddha is just the Buddha.
Right.
Who is, by the way, not a god. We don't treat him as a god.
Okay.
We treat him as a human being who devised and trailblazed the path of Buddhism. So he is the exemplar that we give thanks to. Dharma is the teachings that he gave us.
Okay.
So the body of work that is Buddhism. Sangha is the community.
Okay.
So we take refuge, all Buddhists do. They take refuge in the Buddha, take refuge in Dharma, take refuge in the Sangha. So we give thanks and take refuge for those things.
The religious holidays, like for Christianity, there's Lent, you have to give something up, it's a long process.
Yeah.
Is there anything equivalent to that in
Not really.
Okay.
So we have a host of traditions and holiday type things. Most of them are not uniformly recognized or practiced. Buddhism is not a monolithic religion. It is absolutely a crazy quilt of different groups doing different things. There is no pope of Buddhism. So it's more like Protestantism, where every church on the corner is a different brand of Protestantism, and they do things slightly differently, right? So we have a couple of things that are near universal, but probably still not. Like Vesak is in May, and in most of the Buddhist world is the celebration of the Buddha's nirvana and parinirvana and his birth. And that's just fancy ways of saying the day he woke up, the day he was born, and the day he died. The Zen tradition, if you're coming out of Japan, celebrates a thing called Rohatsu, which is on December 8th, which celebrates the Buddha's nirvana, the day he woke up.
Okay.
Right? So it's not even, we're talking like a 5-6 month span.
Right.
That's different.
Right.
Because it's Japan versus East Asia or whatever.
Right. Now, if somebody is here who originated from Japan and is an active participant in Buddhism, would they take December 8th off of work, and is it that sort of an important holiday to them?
They might, but they are unlikely to, because they don't. Most of the people I know who celebrate these things don't separate it out quite like that.
Okay.
So it would be unlikely. And in our temple, most of the time when we would celebrate Rohatsu, it would be with like an all-night meditation period. We would literally try and sit the 3 watches of the night to meditate from 9 o'clock in the evening up through 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Which is what the Buddha did when he woke up.
Okay. And have you ever participated?
Yeah. done it multiple times.
Okay. I know we talked a little bit about this before the recording, the challenges or obstacles to your religion, and we can probably incorporate it with, are you open with others about your religion? I know you had said.
Yeah, I tend to be much more open now than I was when I was younger. When I first moved to the South, I was very closed off about it because my experience here in the South is that people are not always welcoming to minority faiths. As I said before, I can get away with more than some others because I'm a white male. So I can sometimes say things that other people are like, no, I'm not saying that because I'll get in trouble, like seriously. So I have taken that to be the sort of thing that I will tell people now. No, I'm minority faith, and I do that partially as a shield for other people because I have worked in places where that was not necessarily okay, where it was not all right to be not Christian in the area, where there was a very steady, not overt, but steady and unrelenting sort of push towards Christianity in the workplace. And that gets overbearing, it gets overwhelming. So I have worked in places where it's a problem.
Okay.
Like my current job, I just told them when I interviewed, by the way, I'm a Buddhist priest.
Right, and there was no issues or?
No.
Okay.
No.
But I would assume that, would you ever apply to teach at a Catholic high school or something? Would that limit you? Or?
Okay. So I could apply to those things, and I would have an interview, and I would talk with them, no problem. I have a feeling that where that would run into issues is if they have any sort of regular oath or vow that they use on campus that invokes God. Right? Because as a Buddhist, God is an irrelevant thing to me. I don't worry about God.
Right.
The Buddha's answer when if there is a God was, why does that matter?
Right.
Is God helping you right now? The classic, my favorite story about that one is the gentleman who's struck by an arrow. You heard that?
No, I haven't heard that earlier.
So there's his story on this exact question is, it is like you are a young man who has been struck by an arrow, and rather than have the doctor remove the arrow, you would rather know who made the arrow, who shot the arrow, which direction did it come from. All of these things are irrelevant if you are bleeding out from the arrow.
Right.
Worry about removing the arrow first.
Okay. Right, and that definitely ties into the right here. Yeah. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So we don't generally worry about God. We don't pray to a God. Typically, we may use the bodhisattvas in a way that is very similar to saints.
Okay.
But we don't often pay that much attention in that sense. So anytime a Christian brings up God, it's usually the place where I'm like, okay, well, I'll just back out of this particular piece because it doesn't apply to me.
Okay.
But from my point of view, no, I don't have any problem going into a Catholic setting and working. The problem is if they expect something of me that I cannot deliver.
Right. Okay. And the last question, I think do you practice more than one religion?
I don't, but my wife, of course, is Christian. We raised my daughter as Christian simply because it's easier in the world here. And because I'm confident that eventually, if she's anything like me, she will start asking questions about it, and she will come to her own conclusions.
Okay. Has she ever gone to services with you?
She has meditated with me. She hasn't gone to services with me yet. She has meditated with me. Yeah.
That's interesting. Have you ever gone to services with your? I mean, you used to.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone to like
right.
Christmas services or important event things with them. When they picked their church, we went in and had a meeting with their minister. precisely because we're like, it's a mixed faith marriage. We want to make sure you're okay with it. So they were like, yeah, absolutely. Come in and teach at our Sunday school thing about Buddhism.
So that was really welcoming for
Oh, yeah.